I take pride in the words, Ich bin ein
Raumdeuter.
Oh yeah, it's big brain time. What is a Raumdeuter? Type this modern tactical football term into Google and you're met with the Wikipedia page of and YouTube videos regarding one man, Thomas Muller. There is no exact literal English translation for the term Raumdeuter. In fact, it's technically not even a real German word, but an improvisation of the German term Traumdeuter, meaning dream interpreter. The closest English translation, however, is either space interpreter or space investigator, but not space invader. That's a 1970s video game. Similar to how Kevin De Bruyne coined the term free eight, a position we've actually already looked at in this series. Thomas Muller simply invented the term when he was asked about his role at Bayern Munich. Ich bin ein Raumdeuter, he responded. It's since become an accepted football term and has even made its way into the Football Manager video game series. So to answer the question of what a Raumdeuter is, we simply need to analyse the role of Thomas Muller. Bayern Munich have typically played a 4-2-3-1 formation throughout Thomas Muller's time at Bayern Munich. In those years, Muller's played on the right, he's played on the left, he's played as the number 10, and he's even played as the striker. But the role isn't something that can be pinned down as easily as a winger or a midfielder. No matter which position Muller nominally occupies on the pitch, Muller essentially moves where he wants and he has that license to free roam. He occupies different areas on the pitch depending on the context and situation of the match, so it's not possible to attribute a specific area or position for this role. The qualities and traits which make Muller one of the best players over the last 10 plus years also aren't immediately obvious on a surface level analysis. Looking at his FIFA card for example purposes only, because FIFA cards basically mean nothing, it's not clear what Muller is particularly good at, particularly in relation to some of the key characteristics one might usually associate with an attack-minded player. He's not the best at dribbling, he's not particularly strong, his shooting and finishing aren't exceptional, and he's not the quickest by any means. But despite all of those apparent limitations, look at Muller's stats since 2009 when he made his breakthrough at Bayern under Louis van Gaal. In those first 7 seasons, he registered double-digit goals in 6 of those seasons, and then double-digit goals and assists in 5 of those seasons, with his peak goal-scoring form coming under the management of Guardiola between 2013 and 16. After Guardiola left Bayern, his goal-scoring form did dip, but the number of assists he was getting was still exceptional. This is clearly an incredibly accomplished player, and perhaps this best exemplifies both Muller's strengths and weaknesses, because he isn't that quick or strong or the best technical player, yet he can still produce those numbers and results at the highest, most elite level, and that exemplifies Muller's greatest attribute, his footballing mind. Essentially, Muller's best characteristic is his big brain. Oh yeah, it's big brain time. This is something that former Bayern Munich manager Jupp Heynckes has commented on, saying that Thomas Muller is not the best in the world, but he's the best in the world at what he does. Muller's footballing IQ has allowed him to succeed despite these physical limitations. And this is the Raumdeuter, the interpreter of space. Muller identifies, interprets, and exploits space to perfection, mostly in and around the final third where he's most dangerous. The role is about mental prowess and abilities, not physical abilities. The emphasis on footballing IQ, the ability to be in the right place at the right time. And because of that, it makes it almost impossible to identify what the Raumdeuter truly excels at. Having great movement, awareness, and the ability to think ahead are much more important to the Raumdeuter than a physical trait or some eye-catching ability to play a superb long pass. This is hard to quantify, so it means that when it comes to the world of punditry and analysis, Muller's best work often goes unnoticed. Of course he was going to score that goal. He got lucky. He was just in the right place at the right time. Anyone would have scored that. But that's the opposite of luck. That's thinking and planning ahead, predicting where the ball could end up, and purposefully interpreting the space to ensure you're in the right place at the right time. It's like being a great chess player. The role works because Muller is always at least one step ahead of the opposition. He has the next 5 moves in his head planned out already, enabling him to find himself in great goal scoring or goal creating positions. It's never a coincidence that Muller always seems to find loads of space in the penalty box, even though he's seemingly surrounded by opposition players. He knows where space is and where it will be. He then has the freedom to move into a position where he can use and exploit that space. For Muller, and by extension the Raumdeuter, it's all about finding and exploiting space, being aware of your position in relation to your teammates as well as the opposition players, and intelligent off the ball movement. Muller always ensures he's not in the cover shadow so he can freely receive the ball in space. It's about constant clever movement to get away from a marker, deceiving them into thinking he's going one way and then going the other, and then changing again with intelligent body feints. It's a unique role that can only be truly and properly executed at the highest level by Muller, and Muller alone. I think Muller got it wrong when he coined the term in that interview 10 years ago. Ich bin ein Raumdeuter is what he said. What he should have said was, Ich bin die Raumdeuter. I am the Raumdeuter. Please subscribe to the channel if you enjoy football videos. And I just want to say a big thank you and shout out to all my supporters on Patreon who are helping making videos like this one possible. If you enjoy my content, you want me to be able to keep making content like this, then do consider supporting the Patreon. You can do so for as little as £1 a month, and if you want lots of lovely little perks, including joining me on stream, getting access to our gaming nights, and even more, that you can join one of the Nobblet tiers for basically the same price as a Twitch subscription or YouTube membership. The link's in the description. It's patreon.com/LNobbins. I'll see you next time.